Okay, I'm back. I think I have everything fixed and secure, so when I drive and stuff, I don't be in a situation where everything falls apart. I'm hoping I did it right. That's the plan. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Getting facts in order when you're dealing with someone who's not trying to have your best interests at hand is the worst type of problem you have when it comes to dealing with the opposite sex. And that's just real talk. People can agree to disagree or agree in what I'm saying or not, but the fact of the matter is you're dealing with a lot of nonsense. You're dealing with a lot of people who aren't really trying to hear what you got to say. And they're going to do everything they can to perpetuate the lies that they want to believe in. A person of color has to come up with a positive way, man that is, a man of color, have to come up with a positive way of how to make their point. Because if they don't make their point clearly, they will be criticized from the opposite sex and simps and everybody else who have derogatory things to say about the man of color. I try to select my words wisely. I identify with who I am and what I'm about and how I view my people, because if I don't do it, it's not going to be done. The biggest problem people of color got is calling themselves black when black mean be lacking. I'm not lacking in shit. So why would I try to call myself something that I'm not? Nor am I going to call myself something that somebody made up for me when I have an identity and everything. So the situation is, when you're dealing with these people who are constantly trying to find fault in everything you're doing, it's not going to be a good fix. It's not going to be a good fit, because they're not interested in helping you with your identity, your culture, anything. And that's one of the biggest problems. I don't know if this is right. It seems like it's a little off. So let me put it up a little, make sure it should be right now. Yeah, that should do it. So I don't want to be in a situation where I'm trying to identify or specifically be clear about who I am as a person of color and be demoted by the environment that tells me I'm not who I'm supposed to be, but I'm somebody different. That's the biggest problem I have with this society, who's constantly trying to find fault in everything a man of color is doing. It's a shame that a man of color got to be identified as a criminal when he's the least race to do anything negative because of the stereotype that he goes through continuously. But yet they try to put us out here to be something we're not, in a negative way. Whether it's we thugs, we're criminals. If a child is older than he look, but he's still a child, he's a criminal. We're always stereotyped with drugs and violence and everything that is not true. You have a small area, a small pocket of people of color who's doing shit wrong. But that has nothing to do with the majority of men of color who don't do shit wrong. But we are always stereotyping, putting categories. Regardless of what Caucasians want to think, all men of color are not raised by single ignorant women of color who wants to be the slave mammies to their Caucasian counterparts. Everybody don't want to assimilate and be a part of that. So when you bring that crap to us, we're not always going to accept that kind of nonsense. And that's what I'm talking about. People of color need to recognize that we don't need to be in a situation where we are always stereotyped into something we're not. They will do it without a hesitation. But unfortunately, a lot of our people of color don't get it. They won't listen, and they won't put forth any effort to counter this perpetuated lie. A lot of men will not challenge these females who attack us like pit bulls and say things that are not true about us and defend themselves. They won't do it. I don't know why they won't do it. It confuses the hell out of me. But it's like, I can't represent every man of color on the planet to defend ourselves against these sidewinders. The stereotype is clearly out there. There are nations in the motherland where women will respect men of color and they will work together. But as long as there's colonialism, Caucasian brainwashing, it's going to be a situation like this. Okay, they have all kind of negative things to say about us. When you have a species of people who call themselves derogatory names all the time, whereas no other race do that but them, and you call that normal, there's a sick, very sick, mental, dysfunctional, irreplaceable sin that is taking place among our people. And this society continues to support anything that goes against our people. These days, you got negative women of color, so negative that they can literally, on radar, pick up when they know a conscious brother coming by. I mean, these females are so derogatory, so messed up in their mindset that they literally have a negativity that goes to another level. They literally can sense when a brother is on point or a brother talking about something real. They do everything they can to stop a brother of color who's about something doing what he need to do. They would get with any race, do anything with everybody else, and be on their side. When it comes to the man of color, oh, he's a monster. He don't have a right to have love. He don't have a right to be respected. He don't have a right to be acknowledged. He don't have a right to be a human. He's dehumanized. And this society supports that dehumanization that they give men of color. And it's continuously turning into a hell of a pill to swallow. And for some reason, men of color refuses to fight back. So when I get on my video with my very few people listening and tell the truth, it won't be acknowledged until some coon nigga come on talking outside his neck, ain't being real, and then they will listen to what I'm talking about or consider what I'm saying real. And that's a damn shame.